Hey everyone, welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the new Rotate Object tool. Have you ever had an image and wished that it was facing a slightly different direction? Or maybe wanted to rotate it all the way around so you could see the back? Well, now you can, thanks to the new Rotate Object tool. This tool was previously only available in the beta version of Photoshop, but it has now made its way over to the general release version. To have access to this, you'll need to be using the latest version of Photoshop. To check what version you're using, you'll need to go up to the main menu bar, click on Photoshop 2026, and then down to About Photoshop. You'll need to be on version 27.6.0 or later. With that out of the way, let's get into it. The Rotate Object tool lets you rotate 2D objects in Photoshop as if they were built in 3D. This is actually pretty amazing, and when used on certain images, it does a pretty good job. It does, however, have some limitations and may not always produce the results you were hoping for. Also, be aware that Rotate Object will cost you 20 generative AI credits every time you use it. Rotate Object is part of the Transform tool. To use this feature, your layer must be unlocked. Then to access it, you can choose it from the main menu bar under Edit, and then go down to Rotate Object. You can also just click Command or Control T on your keyboard to activate the Transform tool. That will give you the option in your contextual taskbar to rotate object. However, the easiest way is to have your contextual taskbar open, click on the layer that you want to rotate, then you can click the Transform icon in the contextual taskbar, which is this little one here. Once you click it, it will give you the transform handles, and it will also change your contextual taskbar to have the Rotate Object button. If you hover over that button, you'll see that it says Convert Layer to Rotatable Object uses 20 credits. Then just click the button to get it started. Photoshop will then start processing the image and figuring out everything it needs to know and do to make this 2D object a 3D object. One nice feature is that you don't have to go through extra steps of selecting the subject and masking it. Rotate Object will do all that for you. You can see here in the Layers palette that it has created a new layer already masked out. Although if you want to use your own masking, you can. You have that option. When it's done, you'll notice that the image now looks terrible, but that's okay. It's just a low resolution preview for speed purposes. It also tells you this in the menu bar above, that this is a low resolution preview and full details are applied when done. Now you can see all the handles and controls that have been added to the image. The control on the left controls the tilt to move the image up and down. The control on the bottom allows you to rotate the image left and right. And the control on the right allows you to control the perspective or how it was shot. You can also control the rotation and the tilt from the contextual taskbar by clicking on one and using the sliders. All of these adjustments can also be made from the Properties palette. You may notice when making adjustments that you can't just undo one. If you were to rotate this and then decide you wanted to go back, pressing Ctrl or Command Z to undo that will not work. There is a reset button in the contextual taskbar which will reset all of your settings to the original positions. However, if you make a bunch of changes and you want to reset just one of them, in the Properties panel, you can double click on any one of these icons and it will reset that position back to default. So I'll just rotate this helmet a little bit. Maybe let's see the front of it, and we'll tilt it down a little. And once you're finished making all your adjustments, you can click Done in the contextual taskbar, or you can press Return or Enter on your keyboard. This is the part where you pay the 20 credits. And there you have it. Photoshop has done its best to create the areas that were not viewable before and kept everything that was viewable the same. You can see most things look pretty good. There are some random things going on in the visor, but most of this stuff can be cleaned up later. Just remember, the more complicated the thing is that you're trying to rotate, the more likely you'll have mistakes in the results. Over in the Layers palette, if you look at the layer that was created, you can see the new icon in the bottom right of the layer preview. This tells you that it is a new kind of layer named Rotate Object Layer. Now, when you select this type of layer, you'll get a new button in your contextual taskbar that says Edit Rotation. You can click this at any time to edit your rotation again. The good news is this doesn't cost any AI credits. You only get charged for the first time you create the rotation. So if we click Edit Rotation again, it brings up all your tools, and then you can rotate it the other direction. Just hit Done, and this will not cost you anything. And again, you can see there are some good things and some bad things about the visor area, all of which can be cleaned up with other layers. One more thing to know is that if you want to use this on text, you'll need to rasterize it first. This will not work on live text. So if you have a text layer, just go to the text layer, right-click or control-click, and scroll down to Rasterize Type. Then you can click the transform icon in the contextual taskbar like normal, and then click Rotate Object. Then you can rotate just as you would a normal layer. So that's how you use the new Rotate Object tool in Photoshop. I hope that helped, and I'll see you next time.